Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Higurashi. Um, okay, here we go. There's a quick save right there. I'm going to play for about maybe an hour or so. I'm not sure. I probably will. No matter what the day had held, the last school bell always came too soon. Our shadows stretched off into the distance. Unlike the peaceful background music. Hey Kichi-kun, tomorrow, do you have any plans or anything? I kind of wish it would have like normal textbooks at the bottom of which characters talking like normal visual novels, but whatever, huh? It was such a direct question from Rena. I inadvertently blushed. If I was for a date, then wouldn't you do it more subtly? Rena saw me, lost for words, and realized that I misunderstood and turned red as well. No, I didn't mean it like that. You see. So apparently that wasn't what she meant. But since it was, I always found when Rena's in a panic, I went along with a little. Oh really, so it wasn't meant that way. Playing it up, I stumped my shoulders feigning dejection. Kikichi, why are you so disappointed? Why? Me, Chan. Poofed. Unable to hold it any longer, Mion slapped me on the back. I see, this old geezer never knew you could push your buttons like that. What is it? Mion was rolling on the floor, clutching her stomach while Rena flailed around, completely bewildered. I wouldn't help but start laughing as well. Feeling just a bit guilty, I ruffled Rena's hair. Kidding, sorry, it was a joke. That was my fault. She really is a cute one. A joke since when? Since when? About halfway through. Halfway? So Kichin, that means you weren't acting when you blushed at the start. That means it was only a momentary lapse. But there was no way Mion would let such a delectable detail slip by her. Well, you see, saying anything more was also a bad idea, and my bewildered state escalated further into an unfavorable position. After that, Mion continued to tease me about it for a while. I'm getting sleepy. It's past 11 now. So, why were you asking if I'm free tomorrow, Rena? What were we talking about? It had been so long that Rena had forgotten. That's how long Mion teased me. It's just Gichan. You probably can't find your way around Hina Mizawa by yourself yet, can you? That was true. I hate to say it, but if you've blindfolded me and spun me around 3 times like we're playing pin the tail on a donkey, I won't be able to tell up from down here. Yeah, I don't think I know how to get anywhere besides back and forth from school. Yes, see you tomorrow. You were thinking that Micha and I could escort you through Hina Mizawa and show you around. That'd be a godsend. Frankly, I was happy about the offer. You'll come, of course, right? If I'm free. You're being invited by a girl you know. If I'm free. You're probably free anyways. If I'm free. I was being stubborn so as not to give a clear yes or no. Even though I thought it was a godsend, I'm too much of a scamp to say it so up front. Kichi-kun, you're not free? Perhaps. Mian and I had our rather sour back and forth. Rena peeked over at me hesitantly. Figuring I'd been a bit too rough on her, I just gave in. Sorry, forgive me. I apologize. I'm free. Great. The trepidation disappeared from Rena's face as it blossomed into a smile. Hey now. Seems like there's quite a difference between how cold you are to me compared to Rena, isn't there? It seems to me I didn't care for how rude I was to her compared to how quickly I agreed with Rena. But her being annoying was very interesting. So I pushed Rena forward, speeding up our pace to leave Mion behind. Let's go, Rena. Maybe it should just be the two of us tomorrow. I'll leave grumpy old Mion behind. Whoa. Kichikun is okay with that then. I'm the one who came up with the idea to take him around. Don't ignore me, Kichi Maybara. It'd be great if the two of us could go on a picnic together. Should we be in a basket, Rena? If we're bringing a basket, I'll make all the food. Maybe. Don't you ignore me too, Rena. I'll tell everyone that you two disappeared in the hotel district together. Well then, I'm going home right now to start making it. Tomorrow's gonna be fun. Later, Kichi, Mi-chan. Bye. Oh man, I'm sorry. Rena bounded off like she was walking on the moon. After the dust settled, all that was left was me standing next to Mion sprawled out on the ground. There was a welt on her face. Are you all right? There was over 2 meters between you guys. So since you came, they've become sharper. This old geezer's body can't handle it. Maybe it'd be easier if you stopped saying stuff that makes Rena want to hit you. Or else this will end up being Mion's slapstick comedy hour. If that happened, the results might be fatal. Don't feel bad, Mion. You're probably the only one who can dodge her jabs. It felt like it was her knee, though. Could it be that we were hanging around with an unrivaled martial arts master? Maybe someday we'll see her debut in an extreme contact sport. You can't lose to her, Rena. You need to train up and have a rematch. Kai-chan, or Ki-chan, I'm sorry, I keep mixing it up. Ki-chan, you should. This old geezer will root for you. Mian and I reaffirmed our determination to discover a way to counter Rena's inflammable technique. Nice scenery background. This is a pretty good story. I really wish this wouldn't end up turning out bad. I really don't know a whole lot. I just know it turns into a horror gore type deal. I don't know, maybe it's been like not school days. Few new tips. We don't have a uniform? Okay. One second, guys. Okay, that was bugging me. I think this is something like possibly corpse party or something. Not school days. It took a little too easy on the morning of my day off. I was totally late. Today was the day Rena and Mion were going to show me around Himisawa. Oh, okay, so space makes it away. I guess I can't use enter then. I'll have to use enter. Whatever. Oh, dude. Oh, her chest. Okay, well, whatever. Rena and Mion were already waiting at the meeting place. Well, Rena looks nice too, but... Oh, Mion, whoa. Ki-chan, you're late. Sorry. The show I was watching last night was really interesting. Blame that. Oh, so that's your excuse for being late, keeping 2 girls waiting. Mi-chan, you just got here yourself. Last night's episode, A Day of the Life of, was interesting, wasn't it? She was just as guilty as me. Rena was carrying a pretty heavy-looking handbag. What is that? Mion answered my unspoken question with a wink. That's right, Rena really did make a picnic. Ki-chan, after you left, Rena pulled out all the stops. It's like I forced her to do it. It was nothing, so don't worry about it, okay? She's been like this since last night, Can you take responsibility for this? Alright, I am a man after all. I'll take responsibility. Huh? Responsibility for what? For what? As we both turned around slowly to look at Rena, our gazes drifted downwards to the massive handbag she was carrying. It didn't seem logically feasible that it would be entirely filled with lunchboxes, except this was Rena we were talking about here. About 2 kilos, I guess? What Rena was picking up, I could see she was struggling a bit. I say 5. You're exaggerating. Ki-chan is a boy after all. I thought he could probably eat a lot, so I made a lot, okay? Let's get going. Hey-ho. Just from the way she was looking up, I couldn't believe the only things in there were lunch boxes. Correction, I say 5 kilos too. I'll help out, but all of it needs to be eaten. I won't forgive you for making Rena sad, got it? The only thing I could do at that moment was exercise a bit to make it myself hungrier. Oh man, my fan needs to work higher, man. I am so warm right now. Anyway, having finished with the pleasantries, we began our leisurely stroll. Carefree walk bathed in the gentle morning sunlight. I couldn't even have imagined something so wholesome existed during my time in the city. These were the boonies, after all. No slovenly desk jockeys trudging to work on the weekends out here. It really was a nice place, peaceful and quiet. As sparsely populated as the village was, you could still run into people just by walking around. Ah, good day, good day. Oh, you'll be Mayberry-Khan, I believe. My two companions exchanged greetings with everybody we ran across. Love these passerby even knew my name. When I had become this famous, we passed 3 people, and when all 3 of them knew me, I started to feel a bit paranoid. It's a bit sad to say, everyone knows everyone since there are so few people here in Namasawa. So that means when an off-limit walks by, they automatically assume it's that Mayberry fella who just moved here. Yeah, that's how it works out. It was a process of elimination you could only pull off in a place like this, but it was quite effective. Okay. From now on, I had better make sure to maintain a good reputation. The day I discovered accidentally gawking at dirty magazine in the bookstore, I can expect all the villagers labeling me as a lech by the next day. Hinamisawa is not to be trifled with. That's not the end of this nightmare. Of course I know them. The first person we met was old man Takuzo from the Makino bike shop. His hobbies are bonsai and playing the flute. Next we met the grocer's son, Daisuke-kun. His hobby is sharpshooting and he hopes to be an ace sniper in the future. And the person we just met was Mio-san, the nurse from the clinic. Her hobbies are birdwatching and photography. You know the names of anyone we passed by, and even their profiles. See my surprise, Mio and Irina exchanged looks and burst into laughter. Well, yeah, we're not like the city where people hardly know their neighbors. Then let's try it out. You there, who am I? You're Ch.1 Maybera. You say some mean things, but you're actually a kind of shy person. It's been 3 weeks since you transferred here. Your hobby is taking afternoon naps. Lately, you switched over to wearing boxers. Didn't you? That's enough. But boxers. Enough of that. Apparently, there's absolutely nothing you can keep hidden here. Hinamisawa is not a place to be trifled with. This feels more like you guys are showing me off rather than showing me around. That's right. We're parading around like this after all. Don't you all think so too? The Ch.1 is fitting right here in Hinamisawa. The population in Hinamisawa is shrinking, so the villagers welcome anybody who's new here. I thought about brushing it off with something defective. You're kidding me, but I held back. Had I ever greeted someone who just moved in the city like this before? Thinking about that made me believe what they said wasn't a joke at all. What in God's name did I just do? Whoa. Okay, we passed another person. So, there was an option at the beginning. They could use the original sprites or the new sprites. Yeah, I'm really glad I'm using the, look at those hands, they're like Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, I really like the new one a lot better. Yeah. So, they changed it up. She doesn't have the bracelet or gun. Okay, yeah, let's continue. Of course, we were called out again to see the same way. Oh, my good old day. It's wonderful seeing you getting along. This lady here is Fujishimi-san. Good day. Oh my, it may be right, kind of. How wonderful for you having a lovely girl on each arm. How are you? Getting used to life here? Instead of regurgitating a prepared response like I would have in the city, I am responding with an empathetic nod. Or emphatic nod. The old woman chuckled, voicing her appreciation of how energetic I was. Good. As I looked over back to Rena and Mian, they gave me a wink. So now then, about time to have lunch, maybe. Maybe. Rena's brilliant smile signaled the approach of an event that both Mian and I were trying to forget. We both looked at each other. I'm a man, I'll do what I can, but it's just too much. It's fine, Ki-chan, leave it to this old man. Mian has never seemed as reliable as she does right now. I'd expect no less from the class representative. Rena, if we're going to eat, we might as well go somewhere with a good view. Yes, good idea, I agree. Rena nodded her head happily in response to Mian's proposal. Cresting the top of a stone stairway, a shrine drawn straight out of my imagination appeared before us. It had worn down a bit through the years, but the fallen leaves had been swept up, giving it a tidy feeling. This here is the Furuta Shrine. It's probably the place with the best view around. This place, be sure to remember it. On our next break, a festival will be held here. Is it a bit too early in the season for a festival? The one Onikakushi is a summer festival. Long ago, it used to be a celebration of the end of winter. It was embarrassed for similar festivals had to be held in the summer. Now then, spread out the lunch boxes, and there, various colored lunch boxes were placed one after the other on top of the plastic sheet. It sure did smell delicious. It was home cooking. It went without saying that it would be delicious. But is it even possible to finish all of this? Hey, Mian, I'll take one more than good for you to get this all down, you know? Oh, no. Good afternoon. Oh, my God. Oh, they look horrible. I'm so sorry. The new ones are so much better. This must be like a remaster or something of like one from like the early 2000s or 90s or something. I'm unsure. I mean, she has pretty big boobs for her age. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, I'm done. Good afternoon. It was Rika-chan and Satoko. Why are they even here? Mian grinned over at me. I see, this was her secret plan to power in the numbers. Yeah, my thanks, Mian. Following me pieces are in place of my specialty. I just think they look so freaking weird and big. It's just so weird. They look like toys or old scary dolls. Anyways, we just had to come since there was such a commotion. What is the meaning of this? Take a look. It's time for lunch. Buffet style. I am a gourmet meal made by Rena. I can see that much. Why have you laid out a tarp on our property? The temple is public grounds, it's not yours. Gichi is right. This is everybody's property. Wow, Rika-chan is such a good girl. Have a seat. Eat with us. After opening a spot for Rika-chan, I promptly turned my back on Sakoto. Oops, I didn't mean to do that for real. Hold on 1 second. Where's my spot? No spot for you and nothing for you to eat. Don't worry, there's some for you too. No, and I'll eat all first. I will not allow that, Rika. Here, chopsticks. Both Toko and I lifted the boxes, having it out with each other. Man, really, Ki-chan, you're really good at leading people on. You might have a talent for this. Have a plate, one for Mia-chan and Rika-chan too. Rena whipped out pairs of chopsticks and paper plates. If we don't hurry, it'll all be eaten up. That's right, okay. Shall we commence this battle? I'm sorry for all the yawning. I'll be going to bed after I start the upload on this. Please eat a lot. There's enough for everyone. Rena says she opened up a thermos. Just then I realized that this lunch was made under the assumption that 5 people would be eating. It didn't change how much there was, but the implication behind it was different. I will not allow you to have this hamburger. Hurt using your elbows against the rules, Toko. Grabbing the back of my collar is also against the rules. It was a tough battle, blocking her with full momentum and elbow in my opening moves. Toko appeared to have the upper hand, but the difference in our proficiency with chopsticks proved to be fed on give me the upper hand. The last meatball. Satoko Hojo has been bested. Numb. Satoko and I angrily began choking at the same time, falling backwards and spasming. Rika-chan patted me on the head to clear it, even though it was actually stuck in my throat. Seeing that made Rena blush and breathe heavily in excitement. It was almost like flowers were floating all around her. Mion advised Rena to refrain from saying anything that could get her locked up. This is how our meals usually go. I do anything in my power just so things could stay like this. The intense battle calmed, and finally everyone reached a point where they could begin talking. Receiving a tea from the thermos, I let out a small sigh. I do wonder why there are so few words in Japanese to praise how something tastes. Isn't it because the idea of togetherness during a meal didn't begin until the modern era? It seems that long ago people ate in silence. It must have been made people preparing the food a bit sad, don't you think? And it's probably because back then people were busy while eating and didn't have the time to compliment the flavor. That's just you. But just hearing that it's good makes me happy. That my effort was worth it, I mean. She blushed a little as she said that. It was delicious. It was absolutely perfect timing. Rika-chan struck Rena directly with praise. She looked straight at her with an expression of bewitching innocence. Ugh. Up there, Rena uttered an unintelligible noise. A ring of smoke rose from her head with an audible poof. How? Rika-chan, I'm going to take you home. No, I mean, thank you. It was really delicious. Rena flushed with excitement, embracing Rika-chan, rubbing her cheek against her so hard you could almost hear it. To reward Rika-chan for her praise, these are special. 2 apple rabbits. After sticking toothpicks into them, she thrust them toward Rika-chan. Okay, after Rika-chan accepted them, the moose suddenly shifted in a bizarre way. But what is this, Taco? What's with the defiant look? Has anyone prepared proper praise to receive apples from Mina-san? Don't push yourself. What kind of praise can you think of with your weak vocab? Well then, allow me to show you. After Satoko flashed me on and made a defiant look, she changed the tone of her voice suddenly. Hey. So, Rena only chance lunch. Satoko thought it was yummy too. Satoko looked up with her partly talking cute to see. What? How was that praise? That's not persuasion, my tears. That's persuasion, my cuteness, isn't it? This is Rena Limited special skill. This is Rena Limited. Oh wait, she plays with her head spun and waving around in circles. Don't fall for it, Rena. Ah, wow. Of course, that was asking for impossible. He glumps Satoko and began rubbing her cheek against her. Cute! Satoko is so cute. Take home, how? Swish. Stab. Hold on, guys. Push. Satoko was also presented with apple rabbits. After stuffing them into her mouth, she looked over at Mion and me again with that defiant gaze. It took only 5 seconds to take down Rena. That's unfair to think she had such a trick. If it upsets you so much, why not reward Rena with some praise? Damn it. That was a dirty trick. First of all, that wasn't even praise. Satoko, you think you've won with that, don't you? How about I show you guys much better than your superficial gimmicks? That sounds great, Mion. What kind of trick is it? Ch.1 is going to be the one who does it. What? Oh, I don't have to show you me then. They ran up an old maid. The plan of the attack she suggested was wicked, but it was the only thing we had to beat Satoko. After sipping my tea, I started talking very naturally and calmly. Very perfectly, it really is good, isn't it? This is all freshly made, right? No. Actually, almost all of it was frozen stuff. Then which ones did you make fresh? Well, it's embarrassing. Do I really have to say it, must I? And as soon as your boy plus handmade lunchbox 6% melted into it for you. I already know this one, right? Huh? Rena turned even deeper shade of her head. The words "I can't believe it" practically written on her face. How can you tell now that I made it? Of course, man, told me beforehand. It's been perfect so far. After acting like I was shy, I waited a beat. Next would be the finisher. It had your smell. Someone's enveloped the area with Rena's face still completely red, froze solid. With the small yelps, it took also blushed. Of course I did too. I sure would like to try Rena's handmade apple rabbits or something. Even if this was all because I was competing against Satoko, it felt like I had crossed the line by a good 9 yards, I think. And at that moment, whoosh, it was a Tupperware container filled with rabbits. Please eat some, Kichi-kun. There's plenty for you. Her instantly the apples were shut into my mouth, knocking me over. Oh, okay, Kichi-kun. My head was forcibly laid upon her lap, and even more apples were shut in my mouth, while she was squealing one apple after another. Was forced into my mouth, more and more apples. Looks like what about them apples? Looks like we win. Kichi, that was a beautiful sacrifice. How's that, Satoko? That was a complete victory, isn't it? I can't believe it's a trickery. It doesn't bother me at all. Satoko ground her teeth, mortified. We did it. I claimed my victory. I claimed victory as my consciousness drifted slowly away from me. At the time, Mina stopped her squealing as she suddenly realized something. Rika-chan, you're not eating it. Did the salt water make it too strong, maybe? Looking over, Rika-chan had pulled the toothpick out of the apple rabbit, placed it on her cupped hands, and seemed to be at a loss for what to do. Poor Mr. Rabbit, I feel sorry for him. I want to save him. Peewee! That was the sound of blood spurting from Rena's nose. Cute. Tonight I will take you home. She shook sporadically, her head wobbling back and forth. Then, coming back to her senses, she took all of the apples around me, gathered them up with a foot, and fixed them back onto one plate. Or on a plate, whatever. No, they're all just fine. K, here, I'll give them to you, Rika-chan. K. Rika-chan raised up Toko's hand like a referee after having that plate of rabbits shoved to her. She whispered, "This is our victory." What? I come back? I just don't care anymore. There's my sacrifice to end up being in vain. slowly, but okay. Here we go. It was a fun-filled, crazy day. But as soon as the sun began to set, the end of the day really did come quickly. Later, Rena and Ch.1, see you tomorrow. Thanks for today, man. I had a great time. See you tomorrow. I said to Onikakushi. Ch.1 went home as well. We parted ways with Mian and it was just Rena and myself enjoying the evening air on our way home. Thanks for coming today, Kichi-kun. Was it fun? Yeah, lots of fun. Almost feels like a waste to go home now. Then, wow. Would you mind taking a little detour, maybe? A detour? Is it far? It's a bit of a walk, but it won't take long. Since we have been walking around all day, I must have seemed a bit tired. Not feeling like these, I quietly nodded. Traversing a small path and up a small hill, the land suddenly stretched out before us. There what looked like the remains of a dilapidated construction site came into view. Whoa, that's bad. A large heap of garbage spread out off towards the swamp. Probably illegal dumping. I recalled it being in the newspaper. Oof. It's been quite a while. I wonder what's here. When you say it's been a while, you mean the business you had here was with this garbage pile? It's not garbage. To me, it's a pile of treasure. We now entered that well-known cute mode of hers. So that means it's also in cute here. Oh, a new pile. I can't wait. She bound up the unstoppable slope. I expect no less from a born and bred country girl. Hey, wait, I'm coming. Whoa. My city raised self was completely pitiful. It's alright, just stay right there. Kichi-kun, it won't take long. Rena kindly declined my accompaniment. Don't fall, or you're stuck. I'm fine. This is nothing at all. Okay, if you say so, girl. Literally bowing on the heap of trash, Rena disappeared over the other side. I didn't like being left behind, but I was so pretty tired from the whole day, so I just ended up waiting. Without the lively Rena around the surrounding area, I quickly fell into silence. The cry of the Higurashi gently cooled the air. Fairly exhausted, I began to feel a little sleepy. Just then, a sudden noise of scattering pebbles alerted me to somebody's presence. Startled, I turned around. Standing there was a typical-looking photographer. He spied over at me through his camera. His body was tanned and fit, but something about him, I wonder what he looked like before. Oh, whoa. He looks more fat than fit, honestly, but, whatever. His hair even changed color. Huh, okay. So does eye color. Anyway, but something about him seemed unreliable. He had an aloof air about him. Well, it didn't seem like he was a bad guy in any case. Whoa, you surprised me. Although startled and turned around, he overplayed his reaction. That was my line. I'm the only one who's surprised here. My bad. I didn't mean to startle you. Are you from Hinamizawa? I got that he wasn't from that question. I'm faced by my suspicions that look. He introduced himself without my prompting. I'm Tomitake, freelance photographer. I came to Hinamizawa from time to time. I didn't ask you who you were. Quite rude if a photograph someone without consent, won't we think? My bad. I mainly photograph wild birds. They can't refuse, you see. So what you're saying, I'm the same as the birds? No, well, you see, the image of a young man in the twilight was just the picturesque. Whatever. I apologize for trying to take a picture without asking. Adults are pretty sick. All that annoyance I felt for being subtle just flew away as he buttered me up. I had no intention of hanging around with this guy trying to get cozy with me, except it didn't seem like we would be back soon. But this older guy, Tomitake-san, he didn't mind my cautious responses and continued rambling on about himself. Kichi-kun, sorry to keep you waiting. I'm finished now. Rena popped her head out of one of the lower piles of garbage and waved her hand. You have someone with you? What should she be doing over there? That's what I wanted to know. Don't know. And when she's shaking on that dismembered corpse that was here long ago. Tim Ducky looked shaken up by that for a moment. I responded like that. I would mind if I were talking with. Wait. I responded like I would if I were talking to Irina and the others. Good one. I was quite a disturbing incident. They stood and fell on the arms. Okay. Kishi-kun, sorry to keep you. You were waiting a while, I guess. I best leave you two lovebirds alone. Again, my apologies for startling you, Kichi-kun. Okay. Tamani Take-san's short-lived suggestive then disappeared into the twilight. Missing my chance to retort put me off a bit. Kichi-kun, are you angry? Why, I wonder. It was Irina's fault, so I decided to just brush it off for now. How was it? Found a treasure trove? Oh yes, so listen, you see there was Colonel Sanders' doll. A Colonel Sanders' doll. Oh, I think those stitches that they always put from that fried chicken place. That life-size dummy? Yes, Colonel Sanders. How cute, I want to take it home. I couldn't tell if she decides what's cute or not, but well, she seems to want it. It's garbage, right? No one would care if you just take it home, right? It's become the base of another pile. I can't dig it out easily. There's no lamppost over there, so it'll get pretty dark soon. Rena seemed quite down about finding the treasure and not being able to bring it back. I'll help you out to repay you for that delicious panic you prepared today. Oh, thank you. The bird's heading home to roost proclaimed that nightfall will soon upon us. Kichi-kun is going to help. I can take Colonel Sanders home. Rena staggered along as if intoxicated her dreamy state of mind. Trying to ask her in a way that wouldn't take her out of a cheery state. Hey, Rena, long ago, did something happen here? Seems like they were building a dam here. I don't know the details, though. Just wondering if you knew about, an accident or something. I don't know. Her tone was disturbingly frank. It sounded more like a denial than answer. I must have appeared rather dumbstruck, Rena quickly lightened her expression. Actually, I didn't live here until a year ago. Huh? You transferred here too? I was sure of that. So you see, I don't really know much from before that. Sorry. I don't really know what you want to talk about it. That was kind of a feeling she gave me. Thinking about it, of course it would be like that. This was the type of thing girls would enjoy talking about. It was quite a disturbing incident. It seems they haven't been able to find one of the arms. If it's just like Tami Take-san said, then I have a feeling only the Higurashi would know. Okay, weird. Just getting good. I was going to end it now, but, I don't know if I really want to end it yet, I heard this is a pretty long visual novel. New tips that my bro mentioned. The damn same murder this newspaper edition. Oh, you know what, guys? I actually am going to. It doesn't look like I can. Ooh, what's this? Well, anyway, guys, ending the video here, and I will see you guys tomorrow.